Good, happy Thursday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday evening, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with a check of your weather. A beautiful day today, but it was a little chilly with the wind, but it was beautiful with the sun shining in the sky today. But that wind made it a little more chillier than the past 2 days, but that's okay. With more on that, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Scrippa with a full weather forecast. And we're hearing cooler air moves in. Let's take a listen to that video from Kevin Scrippa.
What is there not to love about Franklin Pierce?
The Pierce Promise New Hampshire Scholarship Program is new at Franklin.
Out of Canada, while we continue to ring out some snow showers up north. That is our next system, which gets here right around mid-morning on Saturday. Out ahead of that, we'll continue to see the cool down on that brisk northwesterly wind this afternoon, which will die off later tonight as we drop back into the single digits and teens. A much lighter wind, a good deal of sunshine around for Friday. Temperatures in the afternoon will be making their way back into the 30s in most cases, but it will feel a lot better with a lighter wind. After fair skies initially Friday night and we drop back into the teens, we are looking at increasing clouds. And the next system, as I mentioned, arriving right around mid-morning on Saturday, looks to be initial light snow, but I suspect a southerly wind will go to work on that and temperatures will go above freezing, and we switch over to light rain in the afternoon. Up in the White Mountains of the Great North Woods, we could be looking at it changing over to a mix for a time before wrapping up. And we're back into the 40s on Sunday before more mixed showers move in along the front Sunday evening and into Monday. What that sets up is an up and down temperature regime which likely continues through the middle or end of next week.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Kevin Scrippa. Thank you for that weather forecast, Kevin. And now let's take a look at your evening traffic this evening and see how the roadways are shaping up this evening on your roadways. And here's a check of the evening commute for all of you this evening. As you can see in Henniker is smooth sailing. Hopkinton, smooth sailing. Bow, Pembroke, and Concord, all smooth sailing with some medium paced traffic. Bosquen, Canterbury, smooth sailing. Chichester, smooth sailing with a little bit of medium paced traffic. Epsom, smooth sailing with some medium paced traffic. And Northwood, smooth sailing with some medium paced traffic. Lee, smooth sailing with some medium and slow paced traffic. Over in Durham, smooth sailing with some medium paced traffic. Rochester, smooth sailing. Somersworth, smooth sailing. Dover, smooth sailing with some medium and slow paced traffic. Newington, smooth sailing. And Portsmouth, smooth sailing with some medium and slow paced traffic. Portsmouth into Maine, smooth sailing with some medium and slow paced traffic. We got a couple of traffic issues to pass along. Average speed of 15 miles per hour on Route 9 eastbound between New Hampshire 108 and New Hampshire 16 High Street. Delays of 1 minute on Route 9 southbound between New Hampshire 108 Central Ave and New Hampshire 108. Average speed is 15 miles per hour. Delays of 2 minutes and delays easing on Route 9 westbound between New Hampshire 108 and New Hampshire 9 Silver Street. Average speed is 15 miles per hour. And in Rye, you're seeing some medium and slow-paced traffic. Northampton, some medium-paced traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. Hampton, medium-paced traffic and slow traffic with some smooth sailing. Seabrook, medium and slow-paced traffic into the border of Massachusetts. 101, all smooth sailing on 101. Great ride on 101. And we got delays of 2 minutes on US 1 Lafayette Road northbound between Lakeshore Drive and US 1 Lafayette Road. Average speed is 15 miles per hour. And around the Hooksett and Manchester area, you got some smooth sailing and a couple of traffic issues, as you can see. Some medium and slow-paced traffic as well. Bedford, some medium and slow-paced traffic with a little bit of smooth sailing. Amherst, smooth sailing. And Milford, some smooth sailing with some medium-paced traffic. Manchester, Merrimack, Nashua, and to the border, Massachusetts, all smooth sailing. And then around Nashua, there's some medium and slow-paced traffic. Nashua, Milford, medium and slow-paced traffic. Manchester, Derry, Londonderry, Windham, Salem, and to the border, Massachusetts, medium and slow-paced traffic with some smooth sailing there. And now let's take a look at your evening traffic cam. That is a look at your evening traffic map this evening. And here's a look at your evening traffic cam. This is New Hampshire traffic cam. Is on I-293 South at exit 1, mile marker 1.4 in Manchester. As you can see, a few cars there, and the sun is shining very bright there. You'll want your sunglasses as you are driving. And Manchester traffic cam is provided by New Hampshire DOT. And that is a look at your evening traffic this evening. Now let's take a look at your New Hampshire COVID-19 numbers for New Hampshire. And here's a look at those New Hampshire COVID-19 numbers for New Hampshire. There are 74,258 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,157 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and there are 103 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at your New Hampshire COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. Governor Chris Sununu held a press briefing, COVID-19 press briefing today. More vaccine doses headed to New Hampshire as state begins preparing for next phase. Teachers, child care workers, bus drivers among those in Phase 2A, which could begin in April. Let's take a listen to that video from WR News 9.
Winter weather has arrived, and Beltate's Building Supply is here to help you get through it. Shop one of our 9 locations safely, order by phone, or shop online at beltates.com. We offer in-store or curbside pickup and free delivery. Count on Beltate's Building Supply this winter.
So, a brief numbers.
Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than...
Looks like they do not want to play. Let's try this again.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than 300...
Okay, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with this video. Sorry about that. As the number of COVID-19 vaccine doses coming into New Hampshire, it will increase, and with a third vaccine coming possibly as early as next week, the state is getting ready to expand vaccine eligibility to teachers and child care workers. Governor Chris Sununu said Thursday that the state should have its Phase 2A vaccination plans finalized next week or the week after. He said the phase is expected to begin sometime in early April based on the current pace of vaccinations. Dr. Beth Daly, Chief of Bureau of Infectious Disease Control, said 15% of New Hampshire's population has had at least one dose or either the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine. and 7% have been fully vaccinated. Daly said 27,740 vaccine doses were shipped to the state this week, and the altercation is expected to increase to 30,080 next week. She said the state could begin receiving the new single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine as early as next week. The vaccine is waiting for final approval from federal regulators, who will also provide guidance on how it should be administered. State epidemiologist Dr. Benjamin Chan noted that Johnson & Johnson vaccine is not quite as effective at preventing illness as the other two vaccines, but it's highly effective at preventing hospitalization and death. Sununu said New Hampshire can handle administering as many doses as it receives from the federal government, with the ability to open about 100 new vaccination sites quickly. Where companies' products help keep vaccine shipments safe. Let's take a listen to that video from WNUR News 9.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than $330, homeowners, this incredible tip is just.
Okay, it looks like we're having technical difficulties with that video here.
At Magtech and Warner, they are expanding. The COVID virus fueling a demand for their products, such as the CryoTech.
This will go into a vaccine shipment. So when you ship vaccines from one location to another, it'll record the temperature all along the way, and it will give you an alarm if the temperature went out of range.
And for both the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, monitoring their temperatures are critical for the vaccines to remain effective. Some of the products, such as the Micro RH Temp, were developed years ago, but now demand is increasing.
It'll sit inside an aspirin bottle or a pill bottle, and it'll record the temperature and humidity while that device is in transport.
For company founder and president Norm Carlson, though, this is about more than just business, having lost both his parents to COVID in September.
When they passed away, they got the virus and they went so quickly. It was very, very difficult. There's no warning.
So Carlson says he committed to doing whatever he can to help.
We've made it our business to do everything we can to supply to this shipping the vaccines.
Everything the company makes and sells comes from Warner, which Carlson sees as a plus.
I think it's an advantage to be out in the country in New Hampshire, away from the big cities. Less distractions.
Carlson says the company is currently expanding about 15% a year, something he sees as continuing.
I think this virus is going to be with us for a while. But it's not just this virus, there's other things. And the medical field is constantly working on new things.
Now, Carlson says that they are constantly working on new products to better serve their customers, and when it comes to COVID, promising to go at it from all angles. Reporting live, Ray Brewer, WNUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video in that report. Poll shows Sununu slightly ahead of Aot, slightly behind Hassan in potential 2022 matchups. First head-to-head polling of U.S. Senate race also shows Democratic incumbent leading Boldocky and Lewandowski. Governor Charlie Baker in Massachusetts announced the next step in reopening, including letting fans back in stands next month. Let's take a listen to that video from WCPB Boston.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than $300... Homeowners, this...
His commitment.
Vinyl flooring is luxurious and soft underfoot. Right now at National Floors Direct, get an entire room of luxury vinyl flooring installed the next day for just $788 and no interest for 1 year. Call 888-400-FLOOR. We'll bring the stores to your door.
Okay, looks like we're having technical difficulties. Sorry about that there, like everyone. Let's take a listen to the video.
His commitment to where...
Take a listen.
Masks, to distance when appropriate, to avoid crowds, and to do their part to stop the spread, we can move forward with a reopening plan and take some of the stuff that we did previously off the table. For example, effective March 1st, Massachusetts will move back into Phase 3, Step 2. That will allow indoor performance venues and indoor recreational activities to reopen, and capacity limits across all sectors will increase to 50%. Massachusetts will then move to Step 1 of Phase 4 of our reopening plan, effective March 22nd, as long as the public health data continues to get better. That will make it possible for several large venues and many of the businesses that have been closed since the beginning of the pandemic to plan to reopen with strict safety measures in place and capacity limits as of, I said, the 22nd of March. Step 1 of Phase 4 includes indoor and outdoor stadiums, as well as arenas and ballparks like Gillette Stadium, Fenway Park, and TD Garden, which will be permitted to reopen with a 12% capacity limit. These facilities will also be required to submit a plan to the Department of Public Health to demonstrate the safety measures they'll be employing and opening up to the public. Also effective March 22nd and subject to public health data, gathering limits for event venues and in public settings will increase from 100 people to 100 people indoors and 150 people outdoors, and outdoor gatherings at private residence and in private backyards will remain where they are now, which is a maximum of 25 people, and indoor house gatherings will remain at 10. These large venues employ a lot of people, and many of them have been out of work for a very long time.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person killed, 4 hurt after fire destroys Camden home. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
This is happening out of Camden. 1 person is dead, 4 others hurt in this early morning fire. Now you can see the flames engulfing a home on Mountain Batty Street and burning a few cars that were close by as well. A neighbor telling us that they woke up hearing screams and saw a man with what appeared to be burn injuries.
The fire marshal office investigators have been here since early this morning. Just about an hour ago, we did find a deceased person in the home. That person is being transported to the medical examiner's office in Augusta.
Well, right now we are waiting for information about the cause of that fire. Make sure to download the WMTW app to stay up to date as we get more details throughout the day.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Breaking news, we're getting into our newsroom. Former U.S. gymnast coach died after trafficking and sexual assault charges filed. Former USA gymnast coach John, who led the 2012 U.S. Olympics women's gymnastics team to win gold, died by suicide Thursday after charges of human trafficking and sexual assault were announced against him. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.